Welcome to aminacademy.com. And the questions how, why, and what. In that, let us discuss and answer these questions. What are living things? How many living things in the world? What are their classification? Have you ever think about this? Let us do that things. Living things are anything that have the characteristics of life, such as reproduction, nutrition, and cellular organism. Example of living things include humans, animals, insects, bacteria, trees, and fungi. What are the seven characteristics of living things? The seven characteristics of the living things include reproduction, response to environmental change, energy, regulation or homeostasis, growth and development, cellular organism, and evolutionary adaptation. What is living organism? The world is composed of both living and non-living things. For instance, rocks, metals, plastics, wind, sun, water, and rocks are considered non-living or inanimate objects since they do not have life. On the other hand, a cow, snail, plant, human beings, bacteria, and birds are considered living things. Thus, living organisms. A living thing is anything that has all the characteristics of life, such as reproduction, growth, and nutrition. An organism is known to be a living thing. Living organism can therefore be defined as anything that has life, consisting of cells as its basic unit of organization. Some examples of living organisms: humans, fungi, algae, trees, animals, bacteria, protozoa, insects. What is the characteristics of living things? All living organisms have common characteristics that make them differ from non-living things. Some of these features present in all living organisms include cellular organization, reproduction, growth and development, regulation, evolutionary adaptation, and nutrition. Other features include locomotion, excretion, and respiration. Now, let us discuss more about the interesting of these questions. What are living things? We know that living things are made up of a cell or cells. They obtain the use of energy to survive. A unique ability to reproduce, ability to grow, ability to metabolize, ability to respond to stimuli, ability to adapt to the environment, ability to move, and last but not least, an ability to respire, that is respiration. Here are some other estimation of the number of living things. Here, have you ever think about how are some estimation of number of living things in the earth? Totally around 8.7 million species. This is considered the most accurate estimate of the life on earth. Three quarters of these species are on land and only one quarter are in the ocean. 14 million species. Some scientists estimate that there are roughly 14 million species in our earth, but only about 1.9 million have been identified so far. Around 10 power 30 living cells. A team of biologists and geologists calculated that there are more living cells on Earth than there are stars in the universe or grains of sand on Earth. That much numbers, really 10, 1 continues 30 zeros. That much biggest size of the number. Look at this pyramid like kingdom from least up: species, genus, family, order, class, phylum, and kingdom. Scientists classify living things into 8 levels: domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. The most fundamental classification is by kingdom. Here are some examples of living things and their classification. Kingdom fungi includes yeasts, molds, mushrooms, and toadstools. These organisms are multicellular, aerobic, heterophytic eukaryotes with chitin in their cell walls. They feed on other living things and reproduce by spores. Kingdom platy include lower and higher plates. Kingdom animalia includes the organisms that are eukaryotic, multicellular without a cell wall, and heterotrophic. Protista includes unicellular and eukaryotic organisms. Some of them have cilia and flagella for mobility. Class Mammalia includes warm-blooded animals with a four-chambered heart, mammary glands, and sweat and oil glands in their skin. Species are named using binomial nomenclature, which is a system of two names. Organisms are considered members of these same species if they can mate and reproduce, and their offspring can repeat this action. Look at this. The question: what is the earliest life form on Earth where microscopic organisms that likely originated near underwater hydrothermal vents? That is, earliest living things introduced these underwater hydrothermal vents. When did this life begin? Scientists believe that life began at least 3.5 billion years ago, but it's difficult to pinpoint the exact time. The oldest known fossils are 3.7 billion years old, but life may have emerged repeated by before then. What are the first life forms? What were the first life forms? The first life forms were prokaryotes, which were simple single-celled organisms with a single-cell membrane. Where did life begin? Scientists believe that life began never near underwater hydrothermal vents that spewed heat and chemicals. How did life begin? Molecules chemically combined by chances to form the first life forms. What evidence of life exists? Evidence of life include carbon molecules. The earliest life forms left signals of their presence in rocks as a type of carbon molecule. Stromatolites. These hard structures are created when microbes trap and bind sediments into layers. Cyanobacteria, also known as blue-green algae, these prokaryotic life forms have been found in rocks that are around 3,500 million years old in Western Australia. Microbial mat structure. These 3.49 billion year old fossils look like wrinkle marks in rocks and have been found in the Pibara region of Western Australia. Some organism by population. Look at here. Some totally categorized some organism by population. Here are some organisms by population. Insects, the most populated animals on earth with a population of 10 quintillion. Here, note this, 1 quintillion is 10 power 18. That is 1 continuous 18 zeros. That number is 1 quintillion. Here, there are most populated animals on earth with population of 10 quintillion. That is insects. Fish, the second most populated animal on earth with population of 3.5 trillion. Birds, the third most populated animal on earth with a population of 50 billion. Humans, the fourth most populated animals on earth with a population of 7.94 billion. Nowadays it continues 8 billions and more. Brown rates. Along with house mice, brown rates may be the only species that could come close to or exceed the human population in numbers. The population is a group of organisms of the same species. That is called a population of the group, same species that live in the same area at the same time. Some examples of populations include a pack of wild dogs, human living in a city, or a group of salmon. So far, we discussed some interesting questions and their answer. That means what are insects, where it uh, what are the living things, how many living things in the world, what are their classification. If you have done, please subscribe our YouTube channel.